Join the cause, people. To fight ocean pollution, a campaign group supported by groups in Europe, Asia, and the Americas is hoping to get everyone to stop using plastic packaged products. Reported by The Telegraph, more than 300 million tons of plastic are produced globally each year, and 10% of that ends up in the ocean. By 2050, plastic will most likely outweigh the population of fish. Campaign group A Plastic Planet is starting the world's first 24-hour boycott on plastic packaged products to mark World Environment Day on Tuesday. Inspired by the world's first plastic-free aisle supermarket in the Netherlands, A Plastic Planet demanded supermarkets to have non-plastic aisles, an idea strongly supported by British Prime Minister Theresa May. Backed by celebrities, the event One Plastic Free Day encourages people to share photos of the plastic products they forgo on social media by using the hashtag #PassOnPlastic. Sean Sutherland, co-founder of A Plastic Planet, told the media that plastic has no place in food and drinks, and there's no logic in wrapping food in something as indestructible as plastic. Sutherland also described the use of plastic products in this day and age as an equivalent to smoking addictions, as we have unknowingly damaged the ocean and environment by using plastic packaged products. So what can we do to make the Earth a better place? According to Plastic Oceans Foundation, there are 5 things you can do. Use paper bags instead of plastic bags, choose products wrapped in paper instead of plastic, leave the plastic bags at the cash register. If you smoke, use matches instead of plastic cigarette lighters, and use a steel bottle to fill and drink water. The organization claims by stopping the use of plastic packaged products or plastic products, we can increase the chances of making Earth a better place and give ourselves a more sustainable future. But plastic bags are so cheap and convenient. Whale dead after chowing down on 80 plastic bags. News of a whale's death coming out of Thailand this week shows us the sad consequences of plastic waste. According to AFP, a male pilot whale was found struggling to stay alive in a canal in southern Thailand near the Malaysian border. A team of veterinary staff tried to help the wounded creature, but its condition got the best of him last Friday afternoon. An autopsy of the mammal revealed a gut-wrenching discovery. The AFP reports that officials found 80 plastic bags inside the whale's belly, weighing a combined 8 kilograms. Those chunks of plastic were likely consumed by the whale, which probably thought they were squid or other fish. A marine biologist told the AFP it's a huge problem, explaining that 300 marine animals die in Thailand each year after eating plastic. That number not only applies to pilot whales, but also sea turtles and dolphins. According to nonprofit organization Sea Turtle Conservancy, over 100 marine animals are killed annually due to plastic debris in the ocean. The Conservancy says that there's 100 million tons of plastic in the world's oceans. Sadly, these numbers are probably only going to get higher. Giant plastic collector almost good for Pacific Garbage Patch. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch has an estimated 1.8 trillion pieces of plastics brought there by ocean currents and is roughly 3 times the size of France. The ocean cleanup is building a giant 2,000-foot-long plastic scooping system in Alameda, California that will serve as a barrier to trap plastics floating in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's made from HDPE plastic and is flexible enough to bend with the waves, but rigid enough to form a U-shaped barrier to trap floating plastics pollution. A nylon screen underneath catches plastic without posing a threat to marine life. Large floating anchors hundreds of feet below the surface help steady the device so it moves slower in the current than the plastic, making it possible to pick up the garbage in front of the device. Boats will then come every 6 to 8 weeks to collect the plastics and take them back to land to be recycled. Ocean cleanup spokesperson Juice Dubois said that when the final systems are sent out to the Pacific Ocean, there will be 60 floating scoops in total. China doesn't want the UK's recycled plastic anymore. Rich countries are now scrambling to find other places to dump their garbage after China's recent plastics ban. China imported 7.3 million tons of plastic waste in 2017 from the US, the EU, the UK, and Japan. But starting this year, it's banning 24 categories of recyclables and solid waste. Britain alone sends around 2/3, about 500,000 tons, of its recycled plastic to China every year. UK recycling firms are now looking to Malaysia and Vietnam. However, both those countries have capacity issues. Unless other alternative markets can be found, the plastics will have to be sent for incineration or dumped in a landfill. Well, we could always start launching all of our garbage into space. Is it really the final straw for plastic?
Take that straw out of your mouth. Cities are increasingly cracking down on single-use plastic straws. Americans use about 500 million straws a day, which works out to 1.5 straws a citizen every 24 hours. In the UK, 8.5 billion plastic straws are used each year. Straws are difficult to recycle and usually end up in landfills or being incinerated, but they are increasingly clogging up waterways and oceans as well. Cities worldwide are increasingly discouraging the use of straws, with some even outright banning them. Others have vowed to phase out plastics over the next decades. Plastic straw alternatives have also started to gain in popularity. They are made from materials like bamboo, metal, glass, paper, potato, or corn paste. But let's be honest, can you really teach an old dog new tricks?
UK to ban wet wipes to fight plastics pollution. Just flush it down the toilet. What could possibly go wrong? The UK government announced it will ban wet wipes as part of its 25-year environmental plan to battle plastics pollution. According to The Sun, the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs now classes wet wipes as a serious environmental hazard, along with plastic bags. Wet wipes are made from polyester and are non-biodegradable. Makers of wet wipes say their products can be flushed, but they do not disintegrate in the sewers like toilet paper, which lead to sewer blockages. According to The Guardian, a study from Water UK found that wet wipes are responsible for 93% of the material causing sewer blockages in the country. For those concerned about cleanliness, thank God there are still bidets. As for America, they'll continue to use good old TP, because smearing doo-doo all over your backside is better than cleaning it off anyway. Plastic-eating enzyme created by accident. Scientists have created a substance capable of eating plastic. Researchers from the US and Britain say they have created a plastic-eating enzyme that could be used to aid in the recovery and recycling of plastics. The enzyme is able to digest polyethylene terephthalate, or PET, plastic. PET plastics take hundreds of years to break down and have become an enormous source of global pollution on land and in the oceans. Scientists made the discovery while looking at the structure of a natural plastic-eating enzyme believed to have evolved in a recycling plant in Japan. Researchers added some amino acids to the enzyme, which ended up speeding up its plastic-eating capabilities. The team will now work on improving the enzyme to see if it's capable of breaking down PET plastics on an industrial scale. Hey, it beats throwing plastic in the incinerator.